Let your body take control. You're on my mind, baby. Just move a little closer. And I say, oh, it's a night we'll both remember. Oh, sweet surrender. Oh, we're moving close together. Wanna make your body mine through the night. Hot and sweet through the night. Let's get out fast and slow. I wanna get to know you. I know a place where we can go. It's just around the corner. And I say, oh, it's a night we'll both remember. Oh, sweet surrender. Oh, we're moving close together. Wanna make your body mine. And I say, oh, it's a night we'll both remember. Oh, sweet surrender. Oh, we're moving close together. Wanna make your body mine through the night. Ooh, ooh, yeah, baby. I wanna make your body mine. Wanna make your body mine. Make your body mine through the night. It's a night we'll both remember.
Good morning, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to the show. It's Tuesday, and yesterday I said it'd be a TikTok Tuesday or a Twitter Tuesday. Well, it's a little bit of both, because some of the news today concerns TikTok, but that's not the biggest thing going on. Something happened yesterday that many people rejoice about for many years to come. And so we're excited for them and for myself, because I have to take a flight in the near future. So something that I can be happy about, that we all should be happy about, because it was based on some nonsense. So anyway, welcome to the Tuesday show. Share with your friends and neighbors. There's only 7 people here. Let's get this shit going. Oops, did I swear too soon in the stream? I don't know. But anyway, I'm a little late, so let's just play the intro and get this thing started. Johnny, play the intro, please. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog Studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way, but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, P. Dog Night. All right, stop the music. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host, Marty, also known as P-Dog Night on the internet. And welcome back to the P-Dog Night channel on this Tuesday, the 19th of April, 2022, in the year where my grandchild is lovely. So I can't help it. I love that little girl. It's awesome. It's just a cute little baby. My daughter keeps sending me this, the cutest pictures she's been taking and stuff, and I'm just, I just love that young child. Where's my phone? Oh, shit. Well, I guess I won't need it until later. Anyway, so we are, well, it's not, no. Black Keeper's Light. Soy Dog Light is my evil twin brother, and he likes to think of me as his evil twin brother. But, you know, it's just, no, that's not me. That's that guy. That guy over there. Why did this reset? Let me just make myself a little more African here. My African half. Anyway, today, people are rejoicing all over Whoville because, well, if you happen to be planning a vacation that requires you to get on an airplane, particularly domestic flights in the United States of America, well, you no longer have to wear a mask. Nor not even in the airport. Not that that's the biggest thing in the world, but all I can think of is freedom, freedom, freedom. You got to give for what you take. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. It's like it was one of the dumbest, the dumbest policies. I don't know if it's the dumbest policy, but it's just like, if you know anything about the air filtration system in airplanes, and just the whole thing, it makes sense. Oh, you have to wear a mask, but if you're going to eat something, then you can take your mask off. What's the point? It's like if you go to the bathroom, you have to make sure you have a mask on. It's like when they in the restaurants, like in Minnesota, when they first allowed you to take masks off, right? Or when they were opening up restaurants, they said you can have a mask off if you're eating or drinking in the restaurant, right? But if you walk to the bathroom, you have to put a mask on to walk to the bathroom from your table. Now, what kind of damn sense does that make? It's not like you stop breathing when you're at the table. Or is it because when you're sitting, see, COVID-19, whatever, rises. And so the stupid 19's up here. So as soon as you stand up, you're in the danger zone of stupid 19. Is that what it was? I don't know. Anyway, we'll talk about that because not everyone is as happy about the removing of the mask mandate as I am. Many are, but many aren't. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go through and look at some different reactions to that. And but I do have some other news to tell you first. But before I do that, let's say good morning to everyone who's in the chat so far, which it's kind of light today. Maybe is somebody? Am I frozen? Wait a minute. Oh, no, that's because I clicked a refresh. Am I still moving? Am I still going? Yeah, I'm still going. Okay, anyway, let's say good morning to everyone in the chat who's here. And I don't know, is someone else streaming that, like, is Monkey streaming or something? Is somebody else going right now? Because usually there's more people here, but that's okay. I'm happy with the people that are here. My regulars, my loyal people who come here. And, of course, first in the chat today is our good friend, Avocados Diablo, who gets the bell. Hey, it even worked today. That's good. Thank you for being here. Only the first person in the chat gets the bell, unless you say something super profound or something that I'm just like, hey, good. I agree with you or something. But anyway, thank you for being here, sir. Also, good morning to Somnambul Nation, who tweeted out the show, I believe, because you always do. Yes, there it is right there. And I already in fact, I'm going to retweet you right now. I'm going to retweet Maddie, too, because Maddie retweeted the show. Thank you for tweeting out the show. Also, good morning, Tyre Alexander. And speaking of Maddie, there's Maddie. Also, good morning, Rotten Corpse. Good morning, Selecta Boy. Yeah, boy. Also, good morning, Septus Wolf. Black Keeper Israelite.
That's right.
HP Lovecraft. Nice to have you back, sir. Good morning, Kessler. What's up? Also, good morning, too. San, welcome. It's so nice to have you around because I know it's tough for you to get here. I think didn't something in your schedule change or something that you don't get to see the show as often when it's happening. That's cool. P-Dog, you are in blackface. Well, it's okay. No, well, we had that story the other day where they said the DJ was in blackface, and I was laughing because he was just wearing an afro wig. Because I remember one time when I was doing a 70s party, I put on an afro wig too because I haven't grown an afro since the 70s. So, and my afro wasn't really an afro. It was just kind of it was kind of long. I had that Link from the Mod Squad look, long hair, but not necessarily with those big ass afros. Just a middle afro, a half row. That's what I had. I had a half row in the 70s when I was young. And then my dad I hated it when my dad would have to go get a haircut. My dad because my dad would cut my hair because I don't know why he wouldn't take me to the barber, but he would cut my hair and he'd just cut it like this, the way I'm wearing it now. And I hated it because everyone back then wanted to have long hair. And I'm like, Dad, I want long hair. And he's like, well, I left it long down the back, meaning he left a line long down the back, but he'd cut the hair as close to my head as this. And I was like, mad. And then by the time I got in high school, I just did this because it was a lot easier than messing around with my hair. But my junior in high school, I had a half row. But anyway, I'm talking too much. Also, good morning to, who else is here? Anybody? Lord Stanhope's in the house. Nice to see you. Also, Rock Hopper. G'day, my friend from down under. Also, good morning to, let's see, Annalyn. And that looks like everybody so far. So, please, while you're here, hit the like button, share the stream. Share the stream. I don't know where everybody is. Share the stream. Let them know we're running because the notifications don't always work perfectly. And if you want to sponsor the show, you can watch at pdognight.live. You be in the chat. You can throw a couple of bucks in the in the tip jar in the upper right hand corner. You can use super chats. If you absolutely need me to hear something or read something, that's the best way to do it because I'm not the best at reading the chat. I try to, but sometimes it just gets difficult to do it while you're talking. So anyway, good morning. What's her name? Hey, nice to see you. Nice to see you here live. That's awesome. So let's do a couple of news items. Now I decided to pull some news items. I always do it from Twitter for some reason. Thank you, Will It Forge, by the way, for retweeting the show. I tend to pull my news items from Twitter, but today I'm pulling. Wait, what the hell happened here? I'm pulling the news items from Getter. And but something happened here because this is not the one I pulled. Oh, I see what happened there. I wanted to, there we go. All right. So, couple of just news type thingies here. We'll show you. First of all, I should probably fix that before I try to show you the show. There we go. All right. First, Justice Clarence Thomas has returned to the bench following his hospitalization. Good to hear that Justice Thomas is healthy. Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas reported back to the bench after being hospitalized with flu-like symptoms last month. So congratulations, Justice Thomas, for your healthy recovery, and thank God for America. Also, apparently the laptop from hell that we're not supposed to talk about or at least, there was a point in time when you could not talk about this on social media. And, but now they're starting to look at what's on that laptop from the dumbass that left in the shop in Delaware, the guys, what's this guy? The president's son, that dude.
Come on, man.
Hunter Biden. Well, apparently there's just a horrifying amount of information recovered from that laptop. Now, the only reason I look at this is One American News, which I don't spend a lot of time on One American News. I just don't. I can handle Fox News because a lot of it's news. One American News is probably a great news channel and whatever. But you always have to take it with a grain of salt. Because if you use it as a source, even though I believe them, you don't get credibility all the way around. But I did want to see this. William Stencheffer. Nice to see it. I don't know why you called me boomer, but it is what it is. I'm the last boomer. I admit it. I'm the last boomer. Okay, get it through. I'm the last boomer, and I'm the first Gen Xer. I'm the I'm the gateway generation between boomers and Gen Xers. Anyway, horrifying amount of information recovered from Biden's laptop, says whistleblower. Journalist and whistleblower Jack Maxey says he may have recovered may have? What do you mean may have? See, I hate it when they do that. What do you mean may have? What does that mean, Jack? What do you mean you may have recovered? Anyway, may have recovered a horrifying amount of information previously thought to have been erased from Hunter Biden's laptop. One America, John Hines has more. If you want to watch that report, you can. But there's all kinds of nasty stuff. And also, they've been finding very specific things regarding the big guy on that. But if you want to watch that report, you can. Let's move on. Again, this is just quick news hits. Also, Columbia Police Chief W.H. Skip Holbrook on Monday said police have arrested Marquise Love Robinson, 20. Authorities are also seeking a third suspect, Amari Sincere Jamal Smith. Both men face charges of an attempted murder and 9 counts of aggravated assault and battery in South Carolina in the mall shooting that happened. There's a couple big time shootings in South Carolina lately, but they're not making national news. I'll just let you guess why. They don't, here's the thing. When there's a mass pew pew event, the mass pew pew events, they just not as important if it's not a guy who could potentially be a white racist kind. And it's unfortunate because, sorry, that is one of those things where for people of melanin enhanced variety like myself, it's my understanding that melanin enhanced people like myself's lives matter. But they only seem to matter when it's a white person killing us or a white police officer. And I just don't, I don't know. Who shoots a mall? They are already all dying. Well, yeah, no. Thank you. Very good, Avocado Diablo. That was very good. That made me chuckle. Yes, the cheese pizza. Oh, you're talking about the laptop, Kessler. Yeah, there's some cheese pizza issues on there. So anyway, they've got some suspects, and so you'll probably never hear about that particular mass pew pew event again. Also, let's see what else is in there. This is just stuff. I'm going to leave these open because if you've never been on Getter, you can kind of see these. I don't know if you can see these. Like with Twitter, if I put these links on here, you'll be able to see them whether or not you're on Twitter or not. I've never tried this with Getter, so I guess we'll find out if these links work. You can read the articles. If they don't, well, I don't know what to tell you. There's probably a link. I don't know. I should probably open the articles too, but I'm not going to. Anyway, and then Gateway Pundit has a thing. Ukraine is abusing U.S. facial recognition technology to scan and identify faces of dead Russians and send the images to their families. Well, I'm going to open that because I got to just see what this says. This is, I don't know if this is sick or if this is like caring, like people want to know what happened to their loved ones so that they show them. Anyway, psychological warfare has been a common tactic. Oh, this is psychological warfare. Never mind. Hello, Septus Wolves. Nice to see you. Or did I already say hi to you? I don't know. Anyway, psychological warfare has been a common tactic in conflict throughout history. However, with the advent of modern technology, the Ukrainians are taking the strategy to a whole new level thanks to the technological backing of the United States. This is what your American tax dollars are being used for. Just want to let you know. According to the Washington Post, the Ukrainian government, led by Volodymyr Zelensky, has been using U.S. facial recognition technology to scan and identify the faces of dead Russian soldiers so they can contact the families of the deceased, specifically the mothers, in order to horrify them and foment anti-war sentiment among Russian citizens. Okay. God, could you imagine if they had these technologies in the prior world wars, how just brutal that some people would be about this? Anyway, in all, the Ukrainian government has run over 8,600 facial recognition scans on dead or captured Russian soldiers since the war began. The operation has been carried out by the country's IT army, which is made up of a volunteer force of hackers and activists that takes its direction from the Ukrainian government. The clandestine group says it has used the positive identifications obtained from the U.S.-based technology to harass the families of 582 Russian soldiers. Wait a minute. If they've done 8,600 Russian scans, but 582 Russian soldiers, okay, I'm not really sure. But anyway, I don't know. It's kind of gross, but I guess Ukrainian communications to the horrified family members include sending them photos of the abandoned corpses. Wow. Isn't like, I don't know. You can read the rest of that yourself. Like, in Americans, when we do this kind of war thing, don't we try to bring all our bodies back with us or something like that? Or, well, we try to. I suppose they're still recovering bodies from Vietnam, I guess. But anyway, interesting tactic. And then, and then finally, just the last one I pulled up from Getter was this one. Apparently the world's richest man is homeless. In a sense, the world's richest man said he doesn't own a home and sleeps in his friend's spare bedrooms for the most part. Yeah, he doesn't own a home. Did you know that? He sold his last on FTG Ukraine. Yes, absolutely. FTG to both sides. No dog in that fight. Stefania, how you doing? Nice to see you. I see you up there. Okay, Elon Musk says he doesn't own a home and sleeps in friends' spare bedrooms. The world's richest man said he doesn't own a home and sleeps in. Okay, that's the tweet and the headline and the freaking first line of the article all say the same shit. I hate that. It's annoying. In a recent interview with TED as in TED Talks, Chris Anderson, Elon Musk says he has resorted to couch surfing. I don't even own a place right now. I'm literally staying at friends' places, explained Musk, whose estimated net worth is $269.5 billion with a B dollars, according to Forbes. If I travel to the Bay Area, which is where most of Tesla's engineering is, I basically rotate through friends' spare bedrooms, the father of 7 added. So he's a father of 7, but he doesn't have a house. Where do his kids live? I'm curious. Are all his kids grown? Anybody know? Do anyone know how old his kids are? Should we just look that up? I don't know. No, I don't want to notifications. Let's look this up. How old... Let's see here. How old? Oh, come on. Let's fix that. Let's try this again. How old are Elon Musk's kids? Someone's asked that before. Thank you, Tyre Alexander, for sponsoring the show. First sponsor of the day. And Tyre Alexander, you are the new Streamlabs Superstar Sponsor of the Day. Thank you, sir. Who says, quote, this is, yes, Tyre works for the TSA. Did you know that? Tyre works for the TSA, so he may have touched your nuggets at some point in time. Okay, I don't think he does that. You check bags and shit, right? You don't touch people, do you? I'm just curious. That sounded really weird. I shouldn't have said that. Tyre, you know I love you, brother. Anyway, Elon Musk, okay, we'll figure that out. He says, I work for TSA, and honestly, TSA had no real authority to enforce mask mandates anywhere but the checkpoints. I ain't wearing no muzzle. FTG these mandates. Hey, I agree. FTG the bundles. In fact, everyone likes that. In fact, that was epic. I ain't wearing no freaking muzzle, motherfucker. Anyway, thank you, Tyre. Thank you very much. Okay, Elon Musk, 7 children. Oh my gosh, they have triplets. The triplets are 16. Elite, what year was this article? This year was 2022. So let's see. He has young kids and triplets who are 16. And so where are his kids? Are they with mom? I mean, he doesn't have a home. Wait, he doesn't have a home, but his kids have a home. That's what I'm guessing. Is that true? I don't know. Anybody? I don't. All right. In the immortal words of Elvis Presley. Fuck it. Anyway, all right. All right, enough of that. Well, let's talk about the biggest news today, and it's trending or it was trending. It's not now. Real quick, what does it say? Thank you, Sean Kessler, for retweeting the show. I appreciate that. Retweet the show, everybody. Retweet the show, because we're well, where are we up to? We got 21 people here. 7 likes. Hit the like button now before you forget. So the big news yesterday was a federal judge in Florida strikes down the CDC's mask mandate for travel on planes and other forms of public transportation. Here's the story on This is CNN. CDC mask mandate for travelers no longer in effect following judge's ruling, officials say. A federal judge in Florida struck down on Monday the Biden administration's mask mandate for airplanes and other public transportation methods, and a Biden administration official says the order is no longer in effect while the ruling is reviewed. And the people rejoiced! U.S. District Judge Catherine Kimball Mizell said the mandate was unlawful because it exceeded the statutory authority of the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention because its implementation violated administrative law. The agencies are reviewing the decision and assessing potential next steps. Now, remember, this is a mandate that was supposed to expire was supposed to end in a few weeks anyway. But people are really up in arms about it. It's kind of funny. But anyway, the kids barely have names. He took Frank Zappa's mentality too far. Oh, yeah, Elon Musk's kids' names are really weird. Anyway, let's see. The agencies are reviewing the decision and assessing potential next steps, the Biden administration official said Monday night. In the meantime, today's court decision means CDC's public transportation masking order is not in effect at this time. Therefore, TSA will not enforce its security directives and emergency amendment requiring mask use of public transportation and transportation hubs at this time. The CDC recommends that people continue to wear masks in indoor public transportation settings. Now, this is fascinating because the airports around the United States are run pretty much by the government. I mean, the TSA is a federal agency, runs, take things. But the airports themselves, I think, maybe Tyre, you're probably an expert on this. The airports themselves are technically owned by the cities or the airport. Maybe they're funded by the airlines, right? But obviously the airways are regulated by the federal government, right? And if I'm wrong, you can let me know in the chat because you are the TSA person in the chat. However, the airlines themselves are not public transportation. The airlines themselves are private companies who use the airways, right? So it's an interesting thing here. Now, let's see. The developments added a fresh confusion to masking policies nationwide, with several airlines and travel authorities quickly announcing Monday evening that masks are now optional. It is unclear if the Justice Department will seek an order halting the ruling and file an appeal. Now, there are people very, very upset about this. Very upset. One of them. Now, wait. Oh, here's what Jen Psaki said. In the meantime, in the wake of Mizell's ruling, Jen Psaki told reporters that the White House wasn't trying to provoke uncertainty with passengers by not providing an immediate response, but adding that the administration continues to recommend that airline passengers continue to wear masks. So we would say, anyone sitting out there, we recommend you wear a mask on the airplane. And as soon as we can provide an update from here, hopefully soon we'll provide that to all of you. Now, following the ruling, several airlines, Delta, United, and Southwest among them, said that masks are now optional on their aircraft, some in mid-flight. In the statement, Alaska Airlines said that passengers whose behavior was particularly egregious over the past 2 years and objecting to the mandate will remain banned from flying on the airline, even if the mask policy is rescinded. So you have been permanently banned from Alaska Airlines. Amtrak and the Washington Metropolitan Area Transit Authority, which operates DC's Metro, also announced they will no longer require masks for passengers and employees, though the state-owned and operated New Jersey Transit, New York Metropolitan Transit Authority will keep the requirement. So they're deciding based on where you are. That's called local control, or private companies controlling their own space, which that seems like kind of a federal kind of thing, right? Nope, state owned all of them to save a few. Oh, yeah, your answer. Airport owned by the states, airways federally controlled. Yeah, that's what I thought. I figured that. Airports run by local governments. That explains everything. But now, for the Minneapolis airport, there's a lot of private. Delta really funds a lot of the Minneapolis airport because it used to be Northwest Airlines. Before that, it was Northwest Orient. This changed names a few times and got bought out. But the airlines put a lot into the airports, and there's a lot of private businesses in the airports that run restaurants and stores and shit. But anyway, let's see. Now, Biden administration official familiar with the White House's decision previously told CNN the goal of the extension was because they were extending it before to gather information and understanding of the BA2 variant of the stupid 19, and because those cases are on the rise, leading universities in the city of Philadelphia have re-implemented indoor mask mandates. U.S. Surgeon General Vivek Murthy said last week that part of the reason for the extension of the transportation mask mandate was because of rising stupid 19 cases and settings created by travel. Anyway, let's move on because there's a whole lot to talk about this that has nothing to do with this article. So the mask mandate's gone. Now the reactions is a beautiful part of Twitter Tuesday. Now first, this one. Wait, is this my favorite? Let's see. All right, first let's do this one. Okay, this is somebody named now. Oh wait, hold on. I gotta do the disclaimer. Sorry, I have to do the disclaimer because you may be tempted to be respondatory. I don't know. You may be interested in responding to some of these people, so I'm just going to go through my very important disclaimer for the tubes of the use. Important. The people that I talk about in my videos and live streams are just normal people with various opinions and their own lives. I don't need help defending my positions, thus would strongly prefer you didn't contact them. However, if you have something new to add to the conversation, I'd love to hear it in the chat or the comment section below. However, if you feel compelled to reply to them or respond to them directly, here or on a different platform, I only ask that you do so in a respectful manner, as your treatment of them also can reflect on me. They always figure out where you come from, and I don't want them to think I'm the asshole. Anyway, all right, that's my disclaimer, and I'm sticking to it. Now, this jackass, Lindsay, whatever her name is, now this is amazing. This is amazing. Today, a federal judge called it overreach for U.S. health officials to require masks on airplanes and other public transit. And no matter how you feel about masks, you should be really, really concerned that the courts are effectively taking power away from the federal government. Bitch, what? That the courts are effectively taking power away from the federal government? I want the federal government to have less power. It's been seeping power to its, or I should say sucking power to itself for decades, and it's just gotten a little overbearing. Let the people be the people, and the federal government stay the freak out of our lives. You're not helping anybody. Okay, anyway, some people thought that was funny and said, Linda, this is called checks and balances. Yes, it is. Do you even Schoolhouse Rock? In effect, you're right. And someone says, in effect, you're both right. The judiciary checked by taking away the abuse of power by the executive branch. Yes, exactly. And that's exactly how it's supposed to work. Hello, Fox B2. What's up? And Mike Savage, blarg. Now, and if you want to look at a little chart, all these tweets, every article, every little thing I put up on the screen today will be in a single link at the end of the show. I will update the link in the second paragraph. That link will take you to one page of all the links of everything we do today. So just a reminder, that'll be done at the end of the show. This if you scroll down on this particular stupid post, though, about the fact that she's really, really concerned the courts are effectively taking power from the federal government, as if you're never, anything that the federal government does should be permanent. Here's a nice little separation of powers chart with checks and balances. In fact, maybe let's do this. I'm going to make a separate, I'll leave that separate link right there so that when you click the link, maybe this is what you'll get. There it is. Separation of power, checks and balances, legislative branch, judicial branch, executive branch. There you go. So, so that the jackhole in this tweet will understand how the federal government works. All right. So I thought that was fascinating. I think I might have replied to that one too. I can't remember. Anyway, also another response here. Oh, here's here. Let's do this one. Oh, shoot. What happened to it? Oh, this is look, there's different people talking about it. They just announced on my flight, the mask mandate for flights is over. Look at the happy people smiling. Okay. I think we have a video of one too. Is this it? Oh no, I think it's right here. Hang on. What the hell? Let's just open this one. I bet it's this one. So this is, oh no! You're unable to view this tweet because the account owner limits who can view their tweets. Oh my God. Anyway, what happened, this was a video of them announcing it. Apparently he was getting a lot of shit from people, which I wish he wouldn't have. But people cheered when the pilot announced it. They were in mid-flight, and the pilot's announcement, the whole plane cheered, and people were taking their masks off and shit. It looked like a college graduation. They were probably throwing their masks up in the air, kind of like mortarboards and shit. But people are pissed about that. This is the guy who was mad. This is that jackass that was founding Good Pillow with David Hogg. Oh, I'm blocked. That's why. Oh, that's right. Anyway, they had the video up. Anyway, ridiculous to cheer. Made me think about the people who are immune to suppressed, like myself, who do not have the luxury to not wear a mask. Is that really too much of an inconvenience for me? Bitch, wear the mask. No one's telling you have to wear the mask. You can wear your freaking mask. But you know what? If you're that immune compromised, maybe you shouldn't be out in public anyway. For whether there's stupid 19 or not. Shut the hell up. Nobody cares. I feel if you have the option to wear, you know what? You can wear a freaking respirator if you want, for all I care. But I do not have to accommodate you. Oh, you know what they used to say when people say, well, if you don't want to wear a mask, you don't have to fly. Guess what? If you don't want to, you don't have to fly. If you want everyone else to wear a mask, if you want everyone else to wear a mask, you don't have to fly. I feel a little animated today. I'm not sure why. Well, anyway, if you're not blocked by this jackhole, you will probably be you'll probably be able to see that video. Someone here, I don't want to hear any complaints when another lockdown happens. I want you to blow me another kiss. Anyway, am flying later this week, and I will be wearing my mask now more than ever. Good. You are free to wear your mask. Airplane filtration systems are more efficient or just as efficient as operating rooms. So you can wear your mask and still be safe because the filtration system in airplanes are amazing. They're amazing. Get over yourself. Okay. There's more. Now this guy, he wrote a thread. Listen to this. This guy is salty. He is salty.
How dare you?
It just happened. should I have some dramatic music for some of these? Hang on a second. I should probably have dramatic music for this thread, because this guy is really, really upset. And I think it might be appropriate to have appropriate music for my inappropriate irreverence for this asshole. So let's find some appropriate music for this. It should be probably dramatic in a sense, maybe a little sad. Give me a moment, please. Genres, let's go small emotions, drama. Yeah, small drama. And I need one at least a few minutes long. This'll work. The road to a sentimental, peaceful. No, I want it to be sad but dreamy. There we go. Here we go. Here it is. Let's see if I can find this guy now. It just happened. I'm in Florida, about to board a flight to LaGuardia, and over the loudspeaker, attention all JetBlue customers, we just received word the mask mandate has been lifted. Feel free to board your flights without masks. A loud, sustained cheer just erupted. A few people remain with masks on, but now most without. Smiles and laughter. Most JetBlue employees I'm seeing, including the flight attendants, have no masks. Hundreds around me, about to enter New York, where a new variant is spreading, all because a single Trump appointee overruled the CDC. What a crazy time to be in the airport and to hear this announcement live, JetBlue. Why are you complying with this? And the judge, a former clerk to Justice Clarence Thomas, Catherine Mizell, was 33 at the time of her confirmation. She had been rated not qualified by the American Bar Association for the short time she's actually practiced law and her lack of meaningful trial experience. In case anyone was wondering, obviously I'll still be wearing my mask. Good! Feel free, asshole! I'm sorry, my wife and 6-year-old are on a different flight, 6 hours to Los Angeles. I wonder if they announced it at mid-flight, and now both are at greater risk. Just boarded. More than half the passengers still masked. All flight attendants are. Pilot just came on. As I'm sure you've heard, you don't have to wear masks anymore. So yeah, feel free to take them off. I can't imagine being on this packed plane right now, maskless. Some dude right behind me, maskless, on the phone, sharing what just happened. I've never seen that before. An airport suddenly jump into a standing ovation. We were rejoicing. Then there's silence. Why would I wear one if no one else is wearing one? I think he's talking with his mom. Hearing coughs, sneezes, people just breathing in the COVID air. Meanwhile, just finished wiping down my area with Clorox. Perspective. Yeah, just add to the other perspective. This means our 4-year-old won't get to see her grandfather, who's sick with cancer in a different part of the world, before he dies. I'm very angry. Put a mask on it, bitch. Dude sitting next to me just took off his mask, took in a deep breath, and then sighed. With a smile, he just closed his eyes. He looked so content. What an asshole.
China is asshole.
Me, I'll continue to be masked and N95'd. Meanwhile, from the worst people on the entire world, immediate block.
Stop. Hammer time.
There is so much sneezing and coughing and people just breathing it in. Freedom. Yes, the decision is stupid and nonsensical and outcome determinative. It's outrageous. A single judge in one state can make both national health policy but I'm currently dealing with the immediate impact of the decision, so not really in the mood to get into more. Thanks, JetBlue, for giving me permission to still try to protect myself and those around me from a deadly, highly infectious disease. While no longer required, customers and crew members may continue wearing masks in our terminals and on board our aircrafts. Yeah, did you never were restricted from doing it? Taking off, major appreciation for these flight attendants. So unfair to them. Y'all are proving my point again. American exceptionalism is a disease. One thing I've learned from writing this thread is that the same people cheering on their ability to get sick and spread illness. What? Motherfucker, I was sick in December of 2020 before there was a vaccine. And so is 153 million other people. Shut the fuck up. I'm sorry, I gotta finish this. They are cheering on their ability to get sick and spread illness. Is that what they're cheering on, dickhead? Also, I think it's hilarious, pathetic, insane that people are concerned about themselves and their loved ones. So many people blocked. Block this, bitch. Just got off the plane, was greeted on the way out by the pilot, smiling broadly, unmasked. Who wants to say it first? I'm not even going to abbreviate it. Fuck this guy. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. I should write a song. Anyway, in my family, if my family were traveling and that happened, I would probably cry immediately, and at least one person in my family would have had an immediate panic attack. That's because you're a scared-ass person, not understanding risk assessment and haven't been paying attention to this shit. Papa Hotep's in the house. Nice to see you, brother. Lord Stanhope, too. I see you. I see you. And T-Ball. What's up? Nice to see y'all. So anyway, that's one reaction. Let me catch up on some chats, super chats here. Thank you, Maddie. And Maddie, you are the new Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. Not to scare you or anything, but Dad, who worked for the airlines, is a mechanic and said they didn't clean the scrubbers as often as they should. So there's that. Okay. The scrubbers, you mean like the filtration system? I'm not sure what you mean, but like, I'm assuming that maybe they will do more now. They didn't clean the scrubbers. I don't know what the scrubbers are. Anyway, also, Clarence Thomas. Oh my goodness, sir. Thank you for watching the show. Clarence Thomas is now the new Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day with a fight. Oh wait, this is Maddie's bell. And clap, but then Clarence Thomas, thank you. Justice Thomas is in the chat. I love it. Dropping a big bullet who says, really? Do I have to read this? Okay, Justice Thomas. I don't know if he's watching on a flight, but he says, just found a pubic hair on my Coke can. Well, there we go. That's fucking fantastic. All right. Anyway. But okay, more reactions though. These are funny, and I got a lot of time. So here's this guy. This is Dr. Jeremy Faust, MD, MS, and an ER physician. And this is one of the most yes, the filtration system. Oh, okay. Well, they need to get on that. They should clean the filtration system. But those, again, they're still medical grade filtration systems, and they need to clean more. So this Jeremy Faust, MD, this guy is one of the biggest scaremongers on the internet. And I think he thinks because he has that MD behind his name that people can't actually read data. And he's been tweeting a lot lately about how he's flying with his 4-year-old, and apparently we don't have Fauci juice for 4-year-olds and under 5 years old yet, right? And so he's really angry that he can't get Fauci juice for his 4-year-old, and he's wondering what the FDA is taking so long and all that. And so he constantly is tweeting about how, oh God, this is so terrible that he's afraid his 4-year-old's going to get stupid 19 and all that stuff. And now they're going to go on a flight with people without masks and shit like that. Not understanding, if you look at the data, let's see, over the last 2 years, if you average out what people of kids drowning, 3 to 4 times as many kids have drowned over the last 2 years than have died. And I'm just talking ages 0 to 17. 3 to 4 times more kids have died from drowning than stupid 19. And so, and that's, without the mask mandates and stuff. And that's CDC data. I'm telling you, I'm straight up. It's YouTube. You go fact check me. It's right on the CDC website. Anyway, because you can look at how people die, and drowning is one of those. There's averages 1,500 a year. So 3,000 versus 700 kids. Times 3 is 2,800. Oh, that's only 21. So 4 to 5 times more people probably drowned in the same time that stupid 19 has existed in the United States. But this guy's really, really just really stressed about this. And I get it. I mean, if you're... And this guy's, again, he's an ER physician. So he's probably seen some cases, right? But they always go by... again, if you look at the data at who's dying from this, you can pretty much tell what your risk assessments would be. And so a risk assessment for an unvaccinated 4-year-old child... even is far less than even a vaccinated 80-year-old or a vaccinated person who's morbidly obese. It's kind of like the same way, and I make this comparison all the time. I don't necessarily need to have my kids vaccinated for rickets before they're 5 years old, because rickets basically happens to people who are past 50 and 60, right? Now, you can get your kid vaccinated for rickets, but it just really doesn't make sense, because the chances of getting rickets is almost, infinitesimal. And it's the same with stupid 19, and especially the severe cases in kids between 17 and younger, because even the ones who have, it's been most of the kids have been older kids or kids who have been morbidly obese. Okay, so if you have a morbidly obese kid, yeah, you might want to take care of, be a little more cautious, right? Risk assessment. But a 4-year-old. Okay, so here's his tweet. He's tweeting to United Airlines. Hi, United. When I bought my tickets for me, my wife, who is pregnant, and our unvaccinated 4-year-old, I assumed you would continue to have a mask mandate. Now you cancel it, and we will have to board our return flight under your new no mask required policy. Thanks so much. Oh, he should have some special music too, right? Let's continue the special music for this jackhole. Where'd he go? Where's Jeremy here? There he is. All right. More on this soon. I'll write about sensible mask mandates and how there's both data and a morality argument here. The irony is we are actually close to being in a situation where one-way masking may be adequate. I'll have more later. Now he continues over here where he says, now this is probably a reference to me talking about risk assessment with children, right? He says, imagine celebrating the deaths of a small number of kids so that you don't have to wear a mask on a plane. What happened to decency? Now, shall we analyze that last statement? Imagine celebrating the deaths of a small number of kids so you don't have to wear a mask on a plane. There is no decency in that statement. First of all, you're saying that people are celebrating the deaths of children, which they are not. And you are not assessing risk at all. A one-way masking meaning that one person has to wear one person mask versus not the other. Avocado style. I think that's what he means. Now, good morning. Why are you so angry too? That's a name, not a statement. It's interesting because Michael Malice, people like you don't respond to decency, but only to the complete contempt you deserve. There you go. This person, I'm on a Delta plane right now with 2 kids and praying we get off before the captain makes a mid-flight announcement that it's officially okay to cough and sneeze all over each other again. Wow, that's a little hyperbolic, isn't it? First of all, even if you're wearing a mask and you're coughing and sneezing, you might have, if you have stupid 19 and it doesn't matter if you're wearing a mask. You shouldn't be on a plane anyway. You should be home at home. Also, what are the odds of, first of all, what are the odds of the people having stupid 19 on the plane? People sick probably don't travel as much, right? And it's like, this is it's a moral panic, but it's just panic over something that right now, these latest variants, if you look at the freaking data, not as many people are being hospitalized. Not as people are having severe symptoms. We've had probably, the CDC estimates we've had almost 150 million cases in the U.S. alone. 50 million people have had this, and just over 800,000 have died. And the vast majority of them have been over 60 years old. 80%. 80% are morbidly obese. You have to, any other time, doctors would be having risks. Did your kids, okay, I'm curious. Now, it wasn't this particular doctor, but did this person, during H1N1 or whatever that was, the bird flu from a few years ago, was he telling you to run around and have your kids wear a mask everywhere in the whole fucking world? No. And that was the one that was actually killing kids. This panic is just amazing to me. It's just amazing. Thank you, John Migda, dropping a 556, and you are
the new Streamlab Superstar sponsor of the
You're
day.
one of the superstar sponsors of the day. Thank you, sir. Fetish of the day. Oh. Okay. John likes to talk about fetishes, and let's see what this one is. Fetish of the day. Mashalania. I'm afraid to look this up. Mashalania. Armpit fetish. Oh God. Oh my God. Okay, we'll leave that out. Well, thank you, John Migda, for sponsoring the show. I appreciate you. Sort of. Anyway, back to this jackhole. And the replies on this. Decency has been gone for a while. Once we decided that nearly 1 billion dead wasn't that bad and our youngest, most vulnerable weren't worth protecting, it was gone. Shut up! The youngest are not the most vulnerable to this particular disease. Again, for kids, it's like rickets. It may happen, but it's extremely, extremely rare. You do not stop the entire earth for this disease. Okay? And particularly these lesser dangerous strains. Now, if another dangerous strain comes around, they certainly may go back to doing mandates here and this and that, whatever. But it's just amazing. These people, they're so holier than thou. They're so tied up on how their problem should be everyone's problem. How they want. Oh my God, they annoy me. I wonder what history will say about our society in 100 years when the next pandemic comes. Well, maybe they'll learn from this pandemic and try to make better choices that more people can live as normal lives as possible. I don't know. What do we say about the pandemic of 1917 right now? Yeah, a lot of people died and they got through it, and then we went into a world war, or we had a world war or something like that. Or it was during a world war, or at the end of a world war. I don't know. But anyway, in 100 years, they won't be talking about this pandemic other than that it happened. And this is how many people were perished from it. And it was much less than the one in 1917. Because a lot more people worldwide died in the last one. Thank you, Selecta Boy, for sponsoring the show through YouTube Super Chat. Who says, to the person that posted that tweet, all mask up. It didn't save you from catching a cold, so what are the chances that it would stop a virus with a high recovery rate? Well, that's a good question, but they don't seem to understand risk mitigation or risk, what was I said before? Risk something. Risk assessment. They don't understand risk assessment. And this surgeon guy who just flaps his lips about this all the time, talking about his 4-year-old. I mean, I get it. You have a 4-year-old and you want to be special and want everyone to stop the world for your 4-year-old. And I want everyone to stop the world for my granddaughter. You know, but my granddaughter's not a high-risk person. I'm a much higher risk person than my granddaughter. I just am. I'm getting close to that 60 mark, right? And I'm a little bit overweight, so I need to make sure I mitigate, or, I need to get into shape and, take my vitamins and all that shit, right? But this is not one that is, killing kids. It's just, it's at a rate anywhere near it does people are older. And and again, 4 to 5 times as many kids have drowned over the same 2 years that we've had stupid 19 in the United States. Are you going to keep your kids away from water? Should we ban water bottles on planes? Just curious. All right, moving on. Let's see. Here's another one. Oh, these people. Let's see. Where is it? Right there. We need music again. I boarded a plane today with my son, and mid-flight, the pilot announces that the mask mandate is over. Flight attendants pulled off their masks and sneezed directly into their hands while screaming, "This is mega airspace!" My son turned to me in tears. I don't know what to do. Okay, now, clearly, well, not clearly to everybody, but that was a funny one. And that, I just...
How dare you? I see dead people.
Okay. This guy wrote this. Now, what's funny about this, there are people who took him seriously. And when I say seriously, like seriously? Seriously? Oh boy, did they take him seriously. I'm flying on a 2-hour budget airline flight soon, and I'm determined to wear a mask irrespective of anything else. What sort of mask should I wear, and should I replace it regularly? I want to be comfortable. I'm a bit apprehensive about the whole thing. Hi guys, I'm not trying to be a jerk here, but I don't think this really happened. No, really, I'm serious. And then people are just replying to this like it's serious. In fact, it was so serious. This guy. Now, first of all, he said, wow, this blew up. Cash App is in my bio for my son's legal defense fund. We are suing for intentional infliction of emotional distress. And guess what? He writes later, just got a message by a New York Times journalist about my previous tweet. This is what happened. Hi, Jared. This is some Victoria Kim, who is a New York Times journalist. Hi, Jared. I'm a New York Times journalist, and I'd love to speak to you over the phone about what happened on your flight this evening. Can you please give me a call at blah, 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 or let me know how I can reach you? Hope this isn't coming too late in your day. Thank you. Look forward to hearing from you. To which he replied, "Hello, Victoria. I'd love to discuss the incident at your earliest convenience. I was pretty upset about the whole thing. Unfortunately, it's satire that only someone at the New York Times would believe. In my time of contemplation, I was wondering how your team deals with the multitude of false stories that you peddle out daily to use as political propaganda, and if you could give me advice on how to take my satire to the next level. Best wishes." Oh! That is awesome.
Gotcha, bitch.
Anyway, so moving on. All right, let's move on. I'm done with the airline story. I got to get my last stories in here. There's several of them. So there's a couple stories that I have open here that I'm not going to get completely through, but I thought that was the best response to it. Now, here, a professor who refused. This is more news. A professor who refused to use preferred pronouns of a biological male won $400,000 in a settlement at Shawnee University. Oh my goodness. Here's the story from the Daily Caller. A Shawnee State University professor who refused to use the preferred pronouns of a biologically male student won $400,000 from the university. Philosophy professor Nicholas Merriweather settled with the university after filing a lawsuit in November 2018, alleging that the school violated his religious freedom and First Amendment rights, according to a press release from the professor's legal representative, Alliance Defending Freedom. That's the ADF. They filed a voluntary dismissal of the case on April 14th in light of the settlement agreement. Merriweather can choose when to use or avoid titles and pronouns when addressing his students per the university's settlement. So that's interesting news. Thank you, John Migda, for sponsoring the show again, who says, "My dog is sniffing coke at the moment and barking." John, what? What exactly are you doing to your dog, John? I'm not sure what that means. Thank you, sir, for sponsoring the show. You caught me off guard there. Anyway, Merriweather, who taught at the school since 1996, always referred to his students using sir, ma'am, mister, or miss. Oh, and this mister said, "I'm a ma'am." According to the Cincinnati Enquirer, a biological male student approached the professor after class in January 2018, requesting that he use female pronouns and titles to address the male student. The professor claims that the student threatened him and compared his refusal to use female pronouns to someone calling a professor a cunt. Oh, that escalated quickly. After the student filed a complaint with the university, Merriweather filed a lawsuit with the U.S. District Court against the school's trustees and other school officials for allegedly attempt to force his speech. ADF claims Merriweather offered to use any name the students requested instead of titles and pronouns. However, the university rejected the compromise, instead forcing the professor to speak contrary to his religious convictions and philosophical beliefs. ADF senior counsel Travis Barnum said he believes this is a victory for free speech in America. This is how Jordan Peterson became famous, right? They're going to have this law in Canada, and he's telling you, no, you can't force people to say something. You can't force me to use my language and my words in a way you want me to. That is, look, if it was something technical and you need to speak in a certain language because you have to get a formula right, I can understand that. But this is not about that. This is something about someone's feelings about what and who they are. Fuck these guys. And congratulations to Dr. What's his name? Dr. Merriweather, what's his name? Merriweather? Yeah, Professor Merriweather. Congratulations. Good for him. Also, moving on. I have a thread here. This is a girl who was interviewed on Tucker Carlson. I'm not going to read the thread, but she's talking about, and she has a story here talking about detransitioning and how she was encouraged in school kind of to become trans. And so the story, let's see. I want to make sure. I'll show you. There's a clip from Tucker Carlson. Here's a story here in Post Millennial. Now, originally YouTube removed the video, but apparently they put it back up. So here is. We'll open this in a separate tab. Hang on a second. I'll pause this. There we go. Make sure that one's stopped. This one's good. And
I am Helena. I'm 23 years old.
They did put it back on. YouTube. This is just a preview to
When
what
I was about 15, I started using Tumblr.
Oh, by the way,
I had an eating disorder.
I have another new term that I'm using now: the Tumblrization of America that's happened over the last 6 to 8 years. But anyway, here's her story again. We'll just show you the beginning of it.
Since I was pretty young.
Oh shoot! You know what? The problem is, this has music throughout it. I don't want to get dinged for the music, so I'm just there's some spots in here though showing what she looked like. She went through several stages. She went first, so she obviously kids at the ages going through puberty, they all have, body image issues, right? So this girl was having body image issues, and so because this whole Tumblr, she started going on Tumblr a lot and reading about all the trans stuff. And so she's like, well, some of the teachers and counselors like, well, maybe you're, having some gender issues. So she started changing her look, and she just decided that she was non-binary for a while. And then they kind of talked her into, maybe you're trans. And so she started changing her look based on this. And this is when she's 15 years old, and so then she decided she was a boy, and before she was at a point where she might have got surgery, she decided that no, she decided not to. She didn't transition. So now she has this interview with Tucker Carlson, that's going to be on a part of a special, and maybe
the feeling of regret was.
About that. First,
here we'll start here.
And there's a lot more of it in the
This is just a
episode.
preview of the interview.
Joins us on set now. Lena, thanks so much for coming on. There's something so sad about that. First of all, thank you for speaking up, because your voice does matter, I think, in this conversation. But you felt what every young woman I've ever met felt at a certain age, which is uncomfortable with yourself. And it feels like you were exploited at that moment of weakness.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as you said, it's completely normal for not only young girls, but often young boys too, to feel uncomfortable with themselves, uncomfortable with their body. But we have this ideology that is especially prevalent online that says that if you have those feelings, that means you're trans. I mean, there are literally people who say, if you don't even like your voice on a recording, that's a sign of gender dysphoria, and you need...
Hey, let me pause real quick, because I knew this was going to Select Boy, thank you very much for sponsoring the show.
Yeah, boy.
And who says, once you kick Tumblr, it makes you humbler. Hopefully. Yeah, you hope so. You really hope that's the truth. All right, let me keep going this real quick.
Need to go see a medical professional because you're trans.
Talk about taking advantage of people. So how do you, and this is all explained in greater depth in the documentary, but how do you feel now at 23 looking back on what happened?
I feel honestly grateful for the experience, because it's taught me a lot about the world and about myself, but I really feel afraid for these other young girls like myself who they might not be. I consider myself lucky that I was able to get out of it unscarred really medically, but there's so many young people who can't say the same. And psychologically as well. I mean, it's just devastating to, especially from a young age, be lied to by adults at school and by medical professionals and told that your body is wrong, you need to change it, you need to get hormones, you need to get surgeries. That's devastating for a young person. So I'm just really concerned for younger girls and boys like I once was, being led down this path and being hurt by it.
All right, so I'm going to let that go there. But anyway, you can watch that, and I think he has there's a little short documentary that they put together for this, but this is just a preview, but you can watch this on your own time. But she basically, she was on hormones for a couple of years, and then she got off them, and there was a struggle with getting off the hormones. And fortunately she didn't have any surgeries that would make it permanent for her. So good for her. But there's a lot of detransitioning stories that you just never hear about. All right, real quick. Thank you. Wait a minute. Okay, thank you, Mickey Mouse. Thank you for dropping a deuce in the tip jar. Appreciate that. Okay, Mickey Mouse, you are the new Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. So apparently that's someone who actually has a name down here somewhere. It's probably Clarence Thomas and. Well, I don't know who this is. But anyway, thank you, Mickey Mouse, who says, I'll mutilate youngsters on the company dime. Okay, that's great. We don't need to hear that, Mickey Mouse. And God, you Disney people are freaks. Anyway, let's move on. Oh, good God. Let's see. Hang on a second here. I have to get to the fact check because that's another part of the story this morning. Here's another Libs of TikTok. I said I'd do a TikTok today. And this is Jeffrey. Jeffrey is pretty famous online. I don't know his last name, but this says Cawthorn's definition is rough. Is that his last name? But the dismissal of biological essentialism is creepy anti-science. Yeah, there are lots of different things, but then we sort of sort them into categories and behave towards them accordingly. This way, they're less likely to kill us. Okay, so here's this Jeffrey dude who likes to wear makeup and stuff, and he does actually identify as a man. I think. I'm not sure what Jeffrey does, but here's Jeffrey talking about the definition of a woman.
Here is Madison Cawthorn's definition.
Oh, he's mad at Madison Cawthorn because of Madison Cawthorn said that the definition of woman is X chromosome or woman is X chromosome and no cock. He used a different word anyway.
Of a woman. X chromosomes, no tallywhacker. And this gives me a chance to talk about biological essentialism.
Yes. You mean?
First of all, it's not.
Wait. You mean science? Do you mean science, Jeffrey? You mean science? Science! You blinded me with science.
All kinds of chromosomes and all kinds of bodies.
Wait, whoa. What did he say? First of all, people have all
kinds of chromosomes and all kinds of bodies.
Okay. And we've gotten to the chromosome argument. Yes, there are people who have abnormalities. Now, I'm not saying they're abnormal people, but, and if you prefer anomalies to abnormalities, I don't give a shit. But the rarity of the abnormalities or anomalies being that they're 0.018% of the population who have those all kinds of chromosomes, does not make them a different sex. Okay, Jeffrey? And for millennia, we have equated sex and gender. There's a basis for what we use gender for. Now, when they started trying to separate gender from sex, it wasn't because of humans. It was because of inanimate objects that we gave gendered terms to. In many languages, all the romantic languages, kind of give inanimate objects a gender. Doesn't mean that you are an inanimate object, Jeffrey. You are clearly a male, or at least we think you are. That's what you say. Well, you say you are. I'm pretty sure this guy says he's a man, but he just likes to wear makeup because he thinks he's pretty with it. But no. So if you want to do a scientific method of what a woman is in any, because we do this in every part of the animal kingdom, we determine the sex of the different animals. And since we are animals, there is a sex. And so those extra chromosomes that are pretty rare occurrences, anomalies, abnormalities, are not creating a new sex, Jeffrey. But he's going to tell you that they do.
These women who've had hysterectomies, people born with...
Doesn't matter. Okay, and the biological part of it, yeah, and guess what? You don't even have to be a fertile human to have a sex, okay? The shit might not work sometimes. Doesn't make you any less of a woman or a man. Thank you, Jeffrey. Jeff identifies as a clown. Yes, he does.
With certain conditions, but that's almost immaterial. Number two, it is a system of oppression.
Jeffrey. There's still going to be males and females in most, and particularly in mammalian species and in reptiles and fish. There are certain asexual animals out there, but we're not part of that category. But we are mammals, and mammals have males and females, Jeffrey. Gender is just a language trick so that we can identify one or the other. It's not a system of oppression. The system of oppression is somewhat and unfortunately, before we became more enlightened, and the system of oppression is just natural occurrences in people. If you look around at lion prides or a family of apes, you're going to have gender oppression in all categories of mammalian species. They have different traits and different functions in the male and female of each species. Not unusual, very common, and it is common with humans. There's no oppression, but as we've become more enlightened and understand that everyone's a lot more like than each other, we still haven't caused the oppression of different physical characteristics to change from males and females, including testosterone, aggressiveness, passiveness, agreeableness, and all the other fucking messes. Jeffrey? Oppression. Is he where he stopped?
Gender is a hierarchy and a system of oppression.
No, it's not a system of oppression. It's just a it's categorization, and it's not. You're talking about gender roles. Now, if you want to talk about gender roles, let's look at the animal kingdom and see how gender roles work within the animal kingdom. Are there similarities between other mammalian species and humans? Oh, you'd be shocked, Jeffrey. You'd be shocked. There is no, well, never mind.
The easier it is to define gender, the easier it is to keep the oppression going.
Well, Jeffrey, you're not oppressing anybody but my eardrums right now, because you sound just like, oh my goodness, never mind.
It's dangerous.
Oh, dangerous, Jeffrey, yes.
Here is Madison Cawthorn's definition.
Okay, we're done with you, Jeffrey. Anyway, it's hilarious. Now, Cawthorn's definition, and Gary Edwards, who's he's an English philosopher, Cawthorn's definition is rubbish. Yeah, it is rubbish because it does it. It's incomplete, Cawthorn's definition, but again, the dismissal of biological essentialism is creepy anti-science. All you people who want to talk about science, come on, dude, please. Moving on. Oh, did I skip? Where the heck go? All right, we're gonna finish with the fact checks. Oh, and Taylor Lorenz. I'm not going to get to Taylor Lorenz. Let's finish with the fact checks, because remember the other day we were talking about that people were tweeting out something about Mika Brzezinski and her, when she was on the Morning Joe in 2017, saying that, what was her quote? Let me find the quote here. I think I have it here somewhere. Where she said, quote, well, here, I'll show you here's the tweet that we were talking about. We showed you this tweet. I think it must have been last Friday. It was Friday. This was on.
Well, and I think
who were Trump voters and are still Trump supporters. They go, yeah, you guys are going crazy. He's doing, what are you so surprised about?
Employment and the economy worsens, he could have undermined the messaging so much that he can actually control exactly what people think, and that is our job.
Yeah, if you look at the issues.
So that's the quote. Okay, control what people think,
doing exactly
and that
what
is
he
our
said.
job. And I pointed out then, when I showed you this clip, because this person said, Mika Brzezinski says Elon Musk's Twitter takeover could set a very dangerous precedent. It is our job to control exactly what people think. Okay, now, we knew that this was not a quote about Elon Musk because, one, we knew this was from 2017 because we talked about this back in 2017 also, but also because in this clip, this guy right here, where is he at? Where's Halpern? Mark Halpern's in the clip. We know it's from 2017 because that was the last time this guy right here, Mark Halpern, got fired from MSNBC in 2017. He had some type of picadillos that caused him to get fired. So we knew it was from 2017. And I even said that on Friday. But I said her comment about it's our job to control what people think, is still apropos for today. Well, for some reason, all of a sudden, yesterday afternoon and this morning, The fact checkers found this. AP and PolitiFact say a video of MSNBC Morning Joe host Mika Brzezinski circulating online is from 2017 and is being shared out of context. Brzezinski was speaking about former President Trump. Now, it's funny because she says she was speaking about former President Trump's administration actions amid a poll that found majority of voters were dissatisfied with how the federal government was working at the time. No, they were talking about how Trump goes out and tweets instead before they can say what he says. Trump goes out and tells us what he's thinking versus what the media says he's thinking. He just goes directly to people via Twitter and other social media. And she was saying, well, he just wants to control what people think, and that's our job. And everyone made fun of her for it, and she tried to clarify and walk it back, and it's like, who cares? But I'm just trying to figure out why all of a sudden today, a complete 4 days later, all of a sudden they're all trying to protect Mika Brzezinski. Usually these fact-check bullshit artists come out the next day. So I couldn't figure it out. The AP did a fact check on it, and PolitiFact did a fact check on it. And I don't know why. Maybe they're trying to, they're trying to protect Mika and the establishment and not have Elon Musk, whatever. So I just found that fascinating. So I put I just linked the fact checks here for whatever reason. Thank you, John Migna, who says, didn't his intern Minecraft herself? Are you talking about Scarborough? I'm not sure. Anyway, thank you, John Migna, for sponsoring the show. Dropping another deuce in the tip jar. Appreciate it. All right. And finally, I said I'd say something more about TikTok. The libs of TikTok are being profiled in the Washington Post by none other than Taylor Lorenz. Now, this is, Taylor Lorenz, who complained about being harassed online and all that. Well, hello, Brett Hayes. Out of context because it was from 2017, but it's still very, very apropos as far as how the media sees themselves as the arbiter of truth and how the social media companies try to ding you when you get things wrong. Anyway. John, explain Minecraft herself to Tyre. It's a phrase we use quite often when we say we've done something in Minecraft. So anyway, this is a Taylor Ritzer. Meet the woman behind Libs of TikTok. Now, they really don't like Libs of TikTok because Libs of TikTok post videos of liberals who post shit on TikTok that's stupid. And it's hard to get rid of them because they're just posting other people's videos that are already out there. So it's not like now, granted, they left to find it. So here's the lead. Meet the woman behind Libs of TikTok, secretly fueling the right's outrage. In just 1 year, the Twitter account has helped steer the outrage machine at the center of right-wing messaging and legislation. So, and this is by none other than Taylor Lorenz. Remember when she was crying on the other day? Everyone picks on me. On March 8th, the Twitter account called Libs of TikTok posted a video of a woman teaching sex education to children in Kentucky, calling the woman in the video a predator. The next evening, the same clip was featured on Laura Ingram's Fox News program, prompting the host to ask, when did our public schools and any schools become what are essentially grooming centers for gender identity radicals? I think it's a valid question. Anyway, Libs of TikTok repost a steady stream of TikTok videos and social media posts, primarily from LGBTQ plus people, often including incendiary framing designed to generate outrage. What are you trying to do with this article, Taylor? What are you trying to do with this article? Seems to me that you're trying to generate outrage over Libs of TikTok. Anyway, Videos shared from the account quickly find their way to the most influential names in right-wing media. The account has emerged as a powerful force on the internet, shaping right-wing media, impacting anti-LGBTQ plus legislation, and influencing millions by posting viral videos aimed at inciting outrage among the right. She's trying to get her banned. That's what she's doing. The anonymous account's impact is deep and far-reaching. Its content is amplified by high-profile media figures, politicians, and right-wing influencers. Its tweets reach millions, with influence spreading far beyond its more than 635,000 Twitter followers. Libs of TikTok has become an agenda setter in right-wing online discourse, and the content it surfaces shows direct correlation with the recent push in legislation and rhetoric directly targeting the LGBTQ plus community. So here's what they do. See, what Libs of TikTok does, they post the TikTok videos from teachers who are telling you what content they're teaching your kids. And, you mean the teachers posted it themselves? They don't just go out and try to secret videos of teachers and stuff. No, they post content of the videos the teachers make themselves, telling them that how they're trying to influence your kids. Wait, you mean they don't just they don't sneak in the classroom, or they don't steal video of the they don't have the kids' cameras on your kids so they can spy on teachers? No, they post videos of what the teachers themselves put on TikTok. And parents aren't happy about what the teachers are teaching. Oh, do the parents have rights to have you not teach certain things that are not age appropriate? Oh no, the teachers can do whatever they want. What? No, they can't. Anyway, she's mad because Joe Rogan, Greg Greenwald, the New York Post, the Federalist have retweeted them. The online influencer Glenn Greenwald has amplified to his 1.8 million Twitter followers while calling himself the account's godfather. Last Tuesday, the woman behind the account appeared anonymously on Tucker Carlson's show to complain about being temporarily suspended for violating Twitter's community guidelines. Fox News often creates news packages around the content that Libs of TikTok surfaced. Okay, because people need to know what these assholes are teaching their kids. I don't think it's necessary for first graders to know that you went home and gave your demisexual, agender demi boy a blowjob yesterday. Don't care. My kids don't need to know that. And you know what? My kids don't care if you're transgender. Speaking of, I have a rant coming on about transgender stuff because I want to interview somebody. I got to find somebody to interview about this and ask them, why is it that transgender people who just want to be thought of as the new gender that they are, that they weren't at birth apparently, I wonder why they're so quick to want to tell you that they're transgender. If they just want to be if a trans woman is a woman, why do you have to tell me that you're a trans woman if I don't know? Because some people they have to put it in their bio. They have to put it here. You know why? Because for some people, it is just an attention-seeking behavior. They used to be goth. They used to be emo. They used to be punk rockers. And now, because transgender, you can't question it. And it's become a point where if you say anything bad about transgender people, you are definitely going to be in trouble. It's a weapon now. So now it's a weapon where some of the people, now not everybody, there are certainly people out there who absolutely have gender dysphoria and do this as a way to alleviate their pain and suffering in life. But so many of these people are just there putting on a costume, especially the NBs, as far as I'm concerned. That's just my opinion. I'm allowed to have an opinion, YouTube. Anyway, but it's just attention-seeking behavior. Because if you really, 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 really were changing your gender, you wouldn't be shouting it to the rooftops. Because by saying you're transgender, you're telling me that you're something different. You're not just a woman, you're a trans woman. And that, even though you say trans women are women, when you constantly promote the fact that you're transgender, you're telling me you're different than a woman. If I can't see it, okay? If you're trying to because if you truly, truly felt that you were having this dysphoria that you did not want, you really felt like you're the other thing, the other gender that you feel that you are, you would just transition and keep it to yourself. You wouldn't want anyone to treat you different. But no, most people who are transgender, who put the flags in their bios and tell you they're trans all the time, they want you to know so that you will treat them special. You don't want to just be a woman. You want to be special. That's my opinion. I want someone to, and I want to know if there are people who can discuss this. I know some transgender people. And maybe they'd be willing to discuss it. I mean, there's people, friends of mine online here where I go, you know what? They don't spend every moment of their life telling people they're trans. They just live their lives. And I appreciate that. And I treat them with respect. And I will always treat them with respect. I just don't understand people who need to blare it from the rooftops. If this is truly what you are, then why are you telling me that you were something else? Because then I have to treat you special. That's what it is. So, you can read the rest of this article. There's, I think, what's the other one here? Oh, Adam Kinzinger is considering running for president. That's the joke. That's a joke. So let me just put that right there. And let's see, my last tab here, I don't even know what it is. Oh, that's just Ace of Spades. All right, that's it for today, gang. Let's thank you everybody today for being here today. I'm over it. I really got to get caught up. By the way, I left this. What is this called? It's the mashalagnia, which is the armpit fetish. I'm going to leave the Wikipedia page up for that too. So that'll be in the tabs. Thanks, John Migda. I don't know why I needed to know that. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I got to go. Thank you so much for being here at the Morning Night Live. I'm here Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock. Wait for the outro. I will have the updated link in the description down below with the, all the links to today's stories and tweets and everything. I will update that during the intro, and I'll let you know during the intro when that's ready. Otherwise, that's all. I gotta go. Let me close a couple. Oh no! I need to restore that tab. How do I do that? Right click, reopen close tab. There we go. Because I don't want you to have the armpit fetish thing not on on the links today. Okay, that's all. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a wonderful day. Hope to see you tomorrow. My name's P Dog Night, and I'm out of here. Hey, this is P-Dog Night, and thank you for watching today on the P-Dog Night channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cash App, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm P-Dog Night, and I'm out of here.